Last week, I spoke directly to a segment of the population I called the less than 1% of us who have been tagged the beautiful brides of the party primaries courted by the aspirants. Today, I would like to speak to yet another less than 1% of us who have been attributed the ownership of this great nation. Like in all the nations of the world, the powerful political elites will determine who governs us. Like a proverbial knees on our necks, this nation is choking. We can no longer breathe. There is a shortage of air. We need to allow this nation thrive. I'm pleading with you tonight on behalf of millions of our people, more than 10 million of their children who are out of school, and more than half of the population who are in abject poverty. This nation cannot be taken as a private enterprise anymore. You, the ordinary Nigerian, can no longer keep quiet. The nation belongs to all of us. And this time around again, no sitting on the fence. We must speak up to rescue this nation. The continent of Africa is waiting for its giant to rise up and flourish. That is why 2023 election is a make or mar. Look, this nation cannot make a mistake with the choice of its next leader. It is a must we get it right. If you employ the best hands to run your private companies, we should have the best of us run the affairs of this nation. We must get leadership right, not only at the center, but across the states. Knowledge, crisis management skills, character and integrity, vision and courage to make tough decisions, effective communication skills, ability to unite the nation. Leaders who cannot show these traits cannot be hired. Enough is enough. Nigeria, arise, vote and vote right, and your time is now. And that is my final word tonight, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shewon. That is a very powerful intro. Your final word will be our starting word. And thank you, dear viewers. If you're just joining us, please do well to share, do well to share, do well to share. And the first image you saw, that one waiting happened today in Nigeria, in Ondo State. And that is the more reason I brought this final word from our brother, and I will do my best. We're bringing his first thing as we start our show, so that we'll remind ourselves the need not to get it wrong come 2023. Now we see what happened today. The videos are out there. I can't bring such video into this public live show. That is because of how sensitive it is. Now, in a worship center today, gunmen came into the worship place and their key people left, right, center, as in they massacre people in a worship center. The question before us today is, Nigeria insecurity, where are we headed? Where are we going? Is southern Nigeria still safe? Is southern Nigeria still safe? Please do well to share this content far and wide. Let us reach as many people as we can. Now, with what they go on, so with the Siam, like play in 2007, that was when this whole Boko Haram thing started in Borno, and gradually they've crept into the southern region of Nigeria. When it they happen for the other side, we they feel say, oh, not only that side. But today now, if you look at a lot of videos that have been released recently, even last week, we saw a couple of them in Benin City, where herdsmen, I don't know what I would call them herdsmen, where people were caught with ammunitions. They pretend they travel in cars. They carry a lot of guns and different kind of thing. In the same Ondo, recently, Abi Ekiti, they still see the same thing where they pretend to pack those things inside bins. You get? So they go just package like say full item. They go put ammunition inside. The question is, what are our leaders doing? Waiting. They difficult in actually resolving this herdsmen crisis when we battle with left, right, center since how many years now? It's been a very long time. We are doing our best to see how they can put an end to this whole thing. Is it really difficult to fish out those profiteering from this deal? Because now a business to some people, obviously. It is obviously now a business to so many people. This is where we guys ask ourselves question. who they benefit from this and who are those sponsoring these boys called unknown gunmen, who are those sponsoring these people called herdsmen. Because if na header, how did they get money? They buy those expensive ammunitions. Where they get money, they buy those things when they use, they transport these things from one place to another. How did they do those logistics? Are they that really sophisticated? Somebody internally, somebody in power is doing this. And it is time that the nation, we as Nigerians, must come together against those that are fighting our common purpose, our common unity. You get, if we see they divide ourselves again, when I saw this thing today, no. It is not something you want to see. This site is horrible. You get, when I saw the videos that are trending out there, oh no. You they see human flesh on the floor. Human flesh. The question is, how would they reach this kind of place like this? That now it can't be like, say, with a struggle to get this whole insecurity thing right. With a struggle to get, how we take it, where, how did Nigeria get it wrong, and how are we still getting it wrong? It's amazing that in this world of the day, by now we would all go forward. And these boys, they don't only just kill people, they destroy places, they destroy properties. You get, they burn down houses. I was speaking with a relative in Anambra said the other day. He said the same thing, that they reaching to a local government where he lives, that they will be coming to destroy the place. How did we get it wrong? How would they get on this bad that now everybody now sleeps with one eye closed? Now insecurity is on the rise. If there's barely a day we don't read about killing massacre, either in the south or in the north. How we take get them this bad is the question that will. And when you look at the video I saw today, the video of the massacre, the reports we saw out there that are coming out seem conflicting. I don't know how to put it. It's like there's a conflicting report. Some say bomb blast, others say attack. You get how our reporters, sometimes we will report this thing, it contributes to how it will be dealt with. Sometimes police go pick and say bomb blast. But the videos we saw shows that it is not bomb blast, because I saw a video where people actually ran into the building. The pews, the chairs, when the people when they stand for the church, they are all intact. So how can bomb blast a building? The chairs do not destroy, the building not destroy, but people body parts just there on the floor, blood everywhere. You get, and that is the news that welcomed people today. Now the news when welcome people today, broad daylight. Is that how porous our security is? Is that how bad it has become that broad daylight, people will just come, commit havoc, and go away cleanly, uncaught? Something has to be done. And we, as a people, must take the issue of security seriously. I think the issue of Amotekun, how do they call them? It's not something of debate anymore. It's a must. At this time, it's a necessity. I don't know when they debate that time, I don't think it's a debate anymore. At this point, it don't reach where Amotekun will be a necessity for every state. We should have our own internal security. Vigilantes should be established in every community at this time around. And these so-called people that lives among us, they don't reach when landlords and landlady go, they look how to say, okay, before you rent a house, an apartment, some things should be checked. Measures must be put in place. All hands must be on deck this time around, because the way the thing they be now is, it is becoming unbecoming. That the insecurity level is, look at the young people that lost their life today. How would somebody leave their home with the mind of going for worship? Then all the news that came is they were massacred helplessly to death. And the highest we've had from security is they've not gotten more information about it. How can a whole state security? You see the kind of thing we have in our society. We must now start. I think the debate of local vigilante is a must in every community, not be state now, every community. We must now find a way to secure ourselves. Because this whole thing now, it is obvious that they are trying to break down our security system so that they can take over the nation. And if we leave these boys like this, one day we will not have a country to call our own. And this is where I think everybody now have to put in their voice. Everybody must chip in their voices. This is why they say, I beg, do well to share content of this nature because if all of us they keep quiet, one day we go wake up, we'll not get country. Now, these terrorists, now they're going to manage us if care is not taken, but we don't pray for that. And the only way we can avoid that is for all of us to put our voices out and see how we can change the narrative, because these people, they are gradually creeping into every news and corners of our nation. Look at this news. This news say is a bomb blast. I was not asking myself, how can this be bomb blast? You get, this is not bomb blast, but this news says it's bomb blast. Breaking, say many killed as bomb explosion rocks Ondo church during Sunday service. Many worshippers shot. Bomb blast shot. How? Is it the bomb that shot them? If you read it down, you see where they wrote there. Say resident of Owotan in Ondo State have been thrown into a state of apprehension after an explosion rocked the St. Francis Catholic Church, Owaluta Street in Owo. Is it Owo local government area of state capital on Sunday? According to Punch, this person are reporting Punch, some worshippers lost their lives as a result of the incident. The explosion, this is talking about explosion, reportedly occurred on the church premises while the mass was going on. This one is reporting that is a bomb blast. Now, let's now go to this other news here. This one says gunmen attack at Lake Church. But even the video I saw, I can't bring such video here, like I said. The video that someone sent to me, it is obvious it is not bomb blast. Because that video says, you can see the building. There was no crack whatsoever. The pews were intact, no dust on the floor. So how would a reporter, how would say that one, is that really a bomb blast? This is the question we have to find a way to ask ourselves. Is that a bomb blast? And even if not bomb, how come these people take penetrate these plans? I think we have to tighten up our security agency, especially those undercover. We have to tighten up our investigative security forces, because all the kind of thing normally these boys must have arrived in the environment for some days now, if they don't even live in the environment. This kind of plans should and the way they are saying is the capital. They said this is center, not like outskirt. We're talking about. You get some of these things. I think whether there should be checkpoint, whichever means it should now be a debate. Issue of security should be a serious debate in every corner of our society. Every corner, the issue of security should be a proper debate that we should take seriously. Because when would they look these people like they look like this? So more than that, these boys will take over the whole nation. Now they are creeping gradually into the south. You come to south, they are there. If you go southeast, they say na ESN, but we don't even know who is committing those crimes there. If you come to southwest used to be one of the most peaceful area, and south. The Yoruba region has never, they are one of the most peaceful people ever. But all of a sudden now, herdsmen everywhere say herdsmen. How can herdsmen that wants to forcefully enter our land become a threat to us? How can you come that you want to live with us peacefully, to share in our resources? Then the next we want to see is you killing our people. You get? These are not things we should tolerate. And the debate of insecurity, that's why when I read for some news, say the debate of local, like when they wanted to establish Amotekun, it was a debate. How can that be a debate? That is a necessity. It's something that we shouldn't even overflog. Because these people, they've shown us that they are not out for jokes. They are actually out to fight us at every opportunity they have. So if we've seen their handwriting this clear, so we must find a way to put them together at one place. So we don't let them escalate this in all over the country. We confine them to one region. But the way these things are going, they allow these boys to travel freely. That somebody will travel from the north with all those ammunition down to the south. Despite the number of, they say police checkpoint there everywhere. How can they escape those many policemen to, even if now midnight? We should have 24-hour security checks everywhere. With the kind of insecurity we have, we should have 24-hour security check. And even if the worst come to worst, there should be coffin everywhere. No night travel. When you travel this way at night, meet you anywhere, stop there, and once you know that will meet you in the bush, stop somewhere. That way, everywhere will be properly locked up at night. To all this kind of thing. I know it will not favor the economy in terms of finance, but not to say we should allow these people move freely the way they do and so. No way. We can't allow them move freely the way it is now, because the business is thriving for some people. There are people feeding from this whole massacre, whatever. You get, there are people feeding from it that sees it as their only source of income, and they are not willing to give up. So not until we take it seriously to say, no, we must stop these people, it won't stop. And that is where they pay me most time when they say some things. When you see our leaders post, they talk to them. I've seen a lot of their comments. Oh, we wholeheartedly condemn this. Everybody condemn the act. But what is being done to put a total end to it is the question. Is it really difficult? Where are we getting it wrong? What are we not doing right? You get, what is our leaders not doing correctly? And how do we really approach these insecurity issues and curb it once and for all? You get, some of these debates are debates that we want to see everywhere now. We want to see everybody putting, and I think every state leader, every state government, every state leader should have media chat with their people. You get, they should sit with both local and local leaders and how do we call them again? Religious leaders and traditional rulers. Let us find a solution to this. If it means breaking security apart, let's break it apart. When we say, if you reach our area, you obey what our measures of operation. And if it means the military should be segmented, so that if you're in the south, let the southern military manage the southern region, northern military manage. That way, we know our people in the managers, and if there's crime, they know how to deal with those people. There must be, we must sit down and debate the issue of this insecurity, because it's lingering for too long. So it's 2070 dates. How many years now? That is quite some long time already. And those sponsoring this and those speaking for these people, they have to bring them to book. Because there should be no defense for any headsman or whatsoever. So long you are saying with ammunition, or you are trying to carry, no matter what you stand for. You get this whole thing, as in they give me headache. They give me headache to see young people they lose their life. Now when they talk about leadership, they talk about election, but our leaders are more focused about their election than even solving the problem. All of it. I say everybody go promise us heaven and earth. When I will come. Buhari came in 2015. He said, what is herdsmen? What is Boko Haram? 6 months. He literally said 6 months. You go put an end. Now we did so. Now it's such a put all the come now. They already they promise security. I will do that. Everybody go to promise us like this. But when they get into the office, they don't do anything. Nothing. They just come in, and at the end of the day, the same thing. What would they see? So now we go see whether we don't know where they feed the way the whole thing they come from. When we say that it don't become business to most of our leaders, that they literally just go there for the purpose of feeding their belly. Because what are we not talking about? That insecurity is still something they debate today. We can't be debating insecurity today if things are taken seriously. You get? If things are taken seriously, we're not supposed to debate insecurity. We're meant to be debating things that will work for the interest of the people. But what do they debate rather? We're talking about insecurity here. You get? Our people losing their lives on daily basis, like it is something that is nothing to our society. You get? How we take reach where we are now, that insecurity is now part of Like it's just like a norm. We just say like, oh, it's normal. There's nothing we can do about it. Really? How can we not do anything about this high level of insecurity? People, they die. The way people they die, if we take statistics and see how many people actually die in that country on a yearly basis because of insecurity. Nobody say they wake up, say sickness. No. Untimely death, people just cut their life short, just like that. You get? And I was in a space earlier where somebody talk. He said even what they've noticed that when they arrest these boys, that they release them. How? Nigerians are furious on Twitter. A lot of the spaces, and as I'm talking to you, I just left a space literally a few minutes ago before jumping on this broadcast. Nigerians are furious. Those are abroad. Somebody was talking about how a friend of his in the US said he's not coming, that he has not been to Nigeria for the past 32 years. He said because he doesn't miss Nigeria, that everything is just not working. So since he left, he doesn't even care about what is going on there. And he doesn't think his children will come over there. How can we be running away from our country? How can our country become, how do I call it, war zone to us? How can that be? The more reason I like bringing this, my brother's video. We can't get it wrong anymore. We can't afford to get it wrong anymore. We can't afford to get it wrong anymore because by the day anybody will vote in come 2023, now the same problem. If the person is incompetent, that means another 8 years. Because we know very well in our system that the moment they come in, it is straight 8. They fight tooth and nail to make sure they get that 8 years. So personally, I just assume that whoever comes in now is 8 years. You get? It's 8 years. So the question we should ask, can we afford to suffer this for another 8 years and possibly even worse than this one? Because this whole thing is getting worse by the day. Can we afford to suffer this for another 8 years is the question. If no, then we must sit up and vote credible people across board. People that will come in and actually take this whole thing seriously. Not people that will come in and be taking it like it's a joke. You get? People that will see that it is no longer child's play. It is serious business. It is serious matter. And not the way they do as if now play with they play. People they kill us, would they take us now play? How do we tolerate the kind of people? The other day I showed a video here of a priest that was abducted. A priest, a bishop, abducted, and 100 million ransom was collected. In that kind of society, is that what we're saying? Listen, that was why I brought the other day. What we talk? We say don't reach when where our leaders go open their mouth. I mean our religious leaders go open their mouth to talk about insecurity, to talk about development in church, in mosque. We must leave the prosperity message because we're preaching prosperity, but we're dying every day. We're suffering. Bad economy, bad leadership, everything is just going left. No, I think now we should build men that will build the nation. This is why I brought that message the other day. If you look at the high level of this insecurity thing, it is no longer something we should tolerate. You get? It is not something we must joke with now. Because look at, when I saw the blood spill everywhere, it's a bloodbath Sunday. It's a black Sunday for Ondo. It's a black Sunday that people got their life cut short just like that. So this time around, I believe every gathering, whether at school, whether in church, whether in the we must start preaching good governance. We must hold our leaders accountable. And I always say that we cannot do the wrong thing and think we can hold them accountable by doing the wrong thing. No. We must start by educating ourselves. We must put ourselves in position that our community is our own. That's why I say, if all of us hold our community strong, this old drama will stop. You get? Every community at this stage should have vigilante. Every community is non-negotiable. As in, it's not something we should be debating. So it's time we established vigilante in every community so that we know people when they live around us. We know our own brothers and sisters. When we see them, we know them. Meanwhile, maybe we'll listen to our brother. We will remind ourselves with this message. When we listen to this message again, then I'll come back, we'll continue the conversation. Because we can't afford to get it wrong. We cannot just afford to get it wrong again.
Last week, I spoke directly to a segment of the population I call the less than 1% of us who have been tagged the beautiful brides of the party primaries courted by the aspirants. Today, I would like to speak to yet another less than 1% of us who have been attributed the ownership of this great nation. Like in all the nations of the world, the powerful political elites will determine who governs us. Like a proverbial knees on our necks, this nation is choking. We can no longer breathe. There is a shortage of air. We need to allow this nation thrive. I'm pleading with you tonight on behalf of millions of our people, more than 10 million of their children who are out of school and more than half of the population who are in abject poverty. This nation cannot be taken as a private enterprise anymore. You, the ordinary Nigerian, can no longer keep quiet. The nation belongs to all of us. And this time around again, no sitting on the fence. We must speak up to rescue this nation. The continent of Africa is waiting for its giant to rise up and flourish. That is why 2023 election is a make or mar. Look, this nation cannot make a mistake with the choice of its next leader. It is a must we get it right. If you employ the best hands to run your private companies, we should have the best of us run the affairs of this nation. We must get leadership right, not only at the center, but across the states. Knowledge, crisis management skills, character and integrity, vision and courage to make tough decisions, effective communication skills, ability to unite the nation. Leaders who cannot show these traits cannot be hired. Enough is enough. Nigeria, arise, vote and vote right, and your time is now. And that is my final word tonight, everyone. Last week,
that is something that is a very powerful statement. And thank you, Mr. Sheon. I can't play this enough. I can't play this enough. This is a very powerful message that we must all remind ourselves that the country is for all of us. We cannot let people take our country from us. If we leave it like that, all of us will become refugee very soon. We will become refugee for that people's country. You think it's not to travel abroad? Those people when they're abroad, not get relative for there. We not get papa, we not get mama, we not get brothers and sisters, we not get uncles and aunties, we not get nephews, nieces for the country. Should we all not just take all our relatives and leave the country? For who? We do not choose where we are born. We have been born in Nigeria, we are born Nigerians for a reason. So whoever is coming to fight the nation is fighting our existence. And we will not take it lightly with them. We must find a way to see how we will resolve all this mess. That's why I say the issue of nation building, not before say leaders anymore, now for all of us. It is not for a leader, one leader to say, oh, it is duty of the, no, it is your duty and my duty. That is why I say your ideas, your input, whatever, at whatever level, no matter how, don't think it is too small. Don't say that, oh, what do I know? What do I know? Now, what do I know? Now it take concern me. It not concern me, now we would do so. If all of us they speak up and we take it seriously upon ourselves to say, no, the issue is becoming this and we cannot take it. You speak your mind, I speak your mind. Everybody open their voices to talk. No, these things will become history in no time. But when most of us keep quiet, our leaders are seeing it that, oh, these people, they are very patient. Because one thing you should understand, Nigerians are very patient people. You get, we can tolerate. Now, they won't do election again now. Very soon, you go see we go see they stand behind people that we know very well they cannot do anything. All because of small thing. Oh, rice, gari, bag of rice, polo, the caps. So then just frivolities, things that are nothing compared to the weight of burden that is on the nation. You get, all of us, we cannot sleep. Even the fact you can't travel, you can't sleep. Not who they look like this. Who they sleep, they look everywhere. You get, if that is the only problem we even have, is that not enough for you to sit down and say, let us elect credible leaders? Is that not enough for someone to say, no, I know they collect bribe anymore? How long do we want to continue like this? That we go to sleep, or we read these are the kind of news we read day in, day out in our country. For how long do we want to read this kind of heartache news that aches our hearts. As in news you read and your whole heart will leave you. For how long do we want to keep reading this kind of news? This is the question. For how long do we face this kind of look at? What is breaking about this news? What is breaking here? It is the news that breaks us apart, that breaks our hearts. So for how long do we continue like this? Is the question. When I saw the moment I just, in fact, before I could even say, let me go online to see the news, it was videos that were pouring into groups. Videos of people killed. How? How can we continue in this manner that insecurity is now the talk of the news day in, day out? And on top of that, I played a video here the other day that a minister was asked in the heat of this trouble. A minister was asked, how do you intend to solve this problem if elected as a president? He was slashed slashed on live TV. He slouched on his chair. And he said, that is not my duty. Before you should ask me this question, you should have asked 200 million Nigerians. That was literally what he said. He said, before you get to me, ask 200 million Nigerians. They asked him, as a leader, you should. He said, no, I'll ask my wife. I'll only lead my wife at home. In the heat of this, that's really that there's something fishy. There's something we don't know that these people know. So if there's something they know that we don't know, then let us dig into the root of it as a people. If you're not willing to solve the problem of the nation, then we shouldn't elect you in the first place. You get? Because on daily basis, the masses are suffering of this insecurity alone. If they look how far this will bring us down, you can't even imagine it. Because who wants to set up business in a place where they say you can't even sleep as a businessman of say the risk of losing your business? You get? Just yesterday, somebody sent me a video. I can't show these kind of videos on my show. I just can't show this kind of videos that are horrifying, as in they are not pleasing to the sight. A video of how they raided market. Policemen, they have to go and raid market to search for ammunition, say armed robbers and unknown government. They keep things for market. You get? That is how bad our system it has. So tell me, who will come and invest in a place like that? Who will come and put their money and their life to risk that kind of day? What kind of money are they looking for? This is the more reason you see everything is on the rise. Because nobody is creating business anymore. Nobody is creating job because of the fear of insecurity. On top of that one, like I did talk, if you still there among those when they stand up, say you want to they go collect bribe 2023 election, you want to campaign for the wrong candidate because he go favor you, then you are part of the problem. And one day be ready to pack your load of that country. Or you go become slaves to unknown government. You get? These people are literally killing and breaking down our parastatals on daily basis. If you go to the southeast where they burn down police stations, look, no, if you get brother when they work for police now, no, imagine what they go through. Our military men, look at what they go through. Do you know what it means to fight this on daily basis? And you tell me that one leader is still talking about loot? One leader is still talking about money meant for ammunition. They will still siphon it in a system where you can literally see the war in your very eyes. What else do we call war? War past like this? War past the one we see for Nigeria, so that on daily basis they see blood bath all over the place. Even Ukraine, where they fight for over 100 days now, we don't see one massacre. That was one dead body for street. The ones who we don't see as citizens, as ordinary citizens. It never passed when they experience war. So that will never reach for you and myself to say the only power we have, this PVC, may we hold and tight. It never reach for us to say if we meet anybody amongst us when they do the wrong thing, we must make sure we put them right, we skin them alive. You can't be amongst us in this heat and be doing the wrong thing. So those are these things we take seriously. Let me leave you tonight. Please join us here tomorrow. This show hosts 10:30 on daily basis, and we're going to hammer this in. I was even trying to bring a social conversation today, only for this news to rock this afternoon, and everywhere just shatter. Everywhere just shatter. How can we get this wrong? As in, my heart aches. My heart aches when I read this news this afternoon. My body shake. When I saw the videos, no. And this is not what we should be talking about. On a Sunday morning, when people carry body come up from house, say that they go church. Now waiting they go meet with this. This is not what we bargained for. This is not what they planned. They left their house to go and give thanks to God, only to miss their death in the very place where they were giving thanks. How bad can it be? Is that not more than war? Who are we warring? Who would all offend? Where are we getting it wrong as a nation? This is the question. Where are we getting it wrong as a nation? We can't continue like this. Where we get our wrong as a country, when it be say our leaders, whether they are willing to solve the problem, we don't know. Whether they're not willing, we don't even know anymore. This is where it aches me. Are they trying to solve it for us or not? If they are solving it, fine. But if they don't want to solve it, why are we bothering ourselves that let's elect people that are willing to solve it? People that have what it takes to put an end to this trouble, so that we can go back to normalcy. Before Nigeria, in those days, they work out people, they leave their things for outside. These days, can we do so? These days, they sleep. We can't even sleep as human. We can't sleep anymore. People go wake up, you go work, come. Also, economy is hard on already. Then you know go even sleep join. What a nation. That is the more reason you see people flying out of the country on daily basis. Now, Nigeria doctors in the UK, nurses in the UK, in the US, and in Canada, name this is Saudi Arabia, they are more than those practicing in Nigeria. You get? We don't want to go to those living the country on student grant. You get? So what kind of a nation are we building? Are we trying to leave our country for terrorists to take over? Are we trying to leave our country? Should we not become slaves in our own country? You get? That's why I say we cannot get it wrong. Come 2023 is enough. We don't suffer rich. If you look at the situation of the country, the high level of unemployment, which is what I keep hammering here every day, the high level of unemployment, the high level of insecurity, the suffering and hardship, the pain inflicted. I did talk with a friend yesterday. What they tell me? He said there's nothing you will do that will thrive unless you have huge capital. So the common man, the starter is literally like tied up. You get? So in that heat, we cannot afford to get it wrong. And if you are still among those trying to get to support people that are not credible, then you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem because things like this, these are not news. This is not news. You are part of the problem, and we must find a way to resolve it. The only way to resolve it, like I said, as a common man, your only duty is hold your PVC and preach the message of good governance. Preach the message of good economy, good leadership at every point you see yourself, everywhere you go. We go take seriously upon ourselves as a people to ourselves and make sure that we hold our leaders accountable, because that's the only way we'll do it. If we sit down the way they say, oh, not be this person, no, not be that, not be my power, not be me, it not concern me, no, that's what brought us to this place. Not be me, but at the moment you would agree with me that it is our duty. You will agree with me that when you cannot sleep at night, when you cannot travel at night, you see that it is your duty. This country we're in, like I'm talking to you from diaspora, if I want to drive at this night, literally this night, I don't need security. It is already taken care of. I don't have to jump into my car and move on. I don't have to be scared. Oh, this night, who go follow me gist. But in our own country, fear the letter of it, they drive even within the neighborhood. Even if they work, I say drive care. I be to work out from door to door where they look everywhere. If person won't go peace for outside for night, the way we normally do when we get more for Nigeria, when we say to go peace, those face me and slap you up. And now I grow. When they wake up for night, they go outside, go peace in the dark. You go peace for back of house, then you can't come inside house back. Can we still do so today? Can we still do so in the heat of this Nigeria? This is broad day killing, broad day. Like crow day, they can't kill our brothers and sisters for our present crow day. Can we do this in today's Nigeria? Can we really go out at night and say, they go peace or midnight? Fear let many points they still face me and slapping it. They put bucket for her, they put the sheets, the piece for night. Then in the morning they go flush them, wash them out. This is not how it was. We once had a very peaceful, loving, and friendly country. At what point did you get it? What would they do wrong? What they do wrong? These are the things we must debate. Now what they say, if you're watching this show from anywhere, my brother, do well to share. May we share good content for once. May we start to change the narrative. These people around us, we know them. All these strange faces we see around us, we must keep our eyes on them. And I've said the other day that one slogan that keeps this UK safe is whether you jump on train or you jump, you see it. If you see anything that doesn't look right, report to a member of the police. See it, say it, sorted. In our system, we have local vigilante, and if we don't have one in your community, my brother, raise the alarm. Trigger the movement that it is time we have a local vigilante in this our community, because it is obvious that these herdsmen, they are asked to take over every community in our area. You get? So we must trigger that alarm to say it is now something that we must move for. It is a motion that must be raised in every community that how do we start? Where do we start? You get? Local vigilante is now something that we should have in every community, because we know ourselves, and the issue of insecurity is something that we must take seriously. Anything you do, anywhere you find yourself, look around. Who they work with you, who come the area newly, who just come a few days ago, who they work pass, who they work around what time, who they do what time. In the market when you do, watch your neighbors. Who they trade near you, who they come from another community, they come from a name of business. This is how we must tame everybody around. We go to watch ourselves. You get? Because obviously this whole thing, all our leaders, they get troops when they guard them. So you know they feed the heat when you and myself they feel. You think say if one governor did that guard, they go bomb that place or they go shoot that place. They don't go shoot anybody. Why? Because that governor would have come with convoy of security. So now the common man, they suffer this thing. Now the common man, they bear the pain. You get? They not go kill you. How many of that don't kill? You rarely see it, because all the security, they load them for their gate wherever they go. One person go they walk over 50 security door there front and back. Now middle of the day. You get? But when they go out, how many security they follow you? When you shout for alarm, this is why they say they call from the story of the bishop, they said they were locked in for about 20 minutes plus. So for a period of 20 minutes, no military person could come in. Those people operated peacefully and left. Then later, you call a siren. Siren for what? When the people have gone, when people have died. You get? Here in the UK, the maximum response time is 8 minutes for police, fire rescue, and ambulance. Any emergency is 8 minutes max. You get? And in most cases, before 3 minutes, don't reach there. 2-3 minutes, they are there. You would think they were in your neighbor, you're around the corner before. This is how it should be. That's why people know they fear. If you call for emergency, call the emergency number. Within few minutes, they are there. Like it's swift response. Everybody, every door block everywhere. You get? We must find a way. And those when they work for family, we don't know who they work for us, who they act as military men anymore. Whether most of them are the same people that they recruit to, we don't even know. Because these are now people, they even arm robber, they disguise, they wear military camouflage till they come rob citizens. Some of these things are things that we must now start paying attention to. Maybe we know who they are amongst us and who not they are amongst us. That way, if anybody, our youth, every youth, every community want to know, at least in the south, they get youth association when they got every community youth. Those people, I think, we should empower them strongly. And those when they diaspora and everywhere, those are well to do within and outside those communities. I think they should try and support those people financially, so that we can empower these people to say, okay, make this small things like touch and this small thing where they use they work around for night. May they buy them for them. This should be a proper debate, a proper discussion. If you're in your village, those things never day. I think it is now time that those kind of commercial be taken seriously. Because these boys now, it is obvious they want to take down the nation, and with the way they go, so if we leave the matter for our leaders, don't forget, say most of these leaders, as this 9 door comes, so their gate is well secured. They get bulletproof cars. They get convoy where they follow them day and night. So now you and myself, when they ply the road without security, now they suffer them. You get? So we must take this matter personal and raise the alarm and sensitization wherever we find ourselves. We must sensitize people how to keep safe, how to be vigilant, how to be sensitive to what is going on. You get? These are the things we must now begin to take it seriously, because you just sit and think they happen. One of these things they happen around, people know they care. Because before these boys, they plan this thing, they move those ammunitions from one point to another, even in that some place they go take a bike they use. Before they enter Okada like that, go reach where they operate. Nobody see them. How? Now breeze, they pass. So some of this issue must be taken seriously. You get? We must take it as our personal issues to say, our personal business to say, no, we must look out for one another. Look your neighborhood, look your friends. When you see something that doesn't look right, speak up. No, if you say you don't trust the police anymore, talk to your community youth leader. Talk to your traditional rulers. They must raise the alarm. There must be somebody that will raise the alarm. Talk to the pastors. So these issues are things that we must not start taking up. Not when they happen, like, hey, our heart is with. Oh, we condemn this in the strongest term. Now, every time someone they condemn in the strongest term, what are we doing to end it? We condemn them every day, yes, but what are we really doing to put an end? Because it does look like there are people who have taken this is their business. They feed on people's blood. Let's leave it here. I'll join you tomorrow again. Please do well to be with me here. Keep it a date. We'll meet here every day, 10:30 p.m. UK time. Let's meet here. Let's discuss other issues that actually promotes our economy and our social lives. I remain your friend. I am TG and I'm the host of the show here on Daily. Do well to be a guest. Call in if you want to. We can give you a link to join. If you want to come here live in audio, on video, to share your view. If you want us to call you, drop your number in the comments or contact us privately. We'll call you in any of the episode. You share your views. There is no right or wrong view. Let us not say, what can I guess? What do I really know? What can I say? See, if we keep saying, well, that little message you have, that little input might just make the difference. Please do well to learn how to speak up on economic and social matters. I'll leave you with this. Bye-bye for now. Until we see you, we'll meet tomorrow. Bye.